And thank you very much for your patience. Welcome to the University of New England and to the celebration ceremony for the awards in the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences and Education, and the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. Graduates, friends, family and the UNE community, may I ask you to now please stand for the entry of the academic procession and the Chancellor of the University of New England, and please also remain standing to join us in singing the National Anthem. Thank you.
Start to think out loud. There is longing in the sound. There is more I could be. Darkness I leave for a place I've never seen. It's been calling out to me. That is where I should be. Never carried days on our own. Now it's up to us to so much more. We'll find ourselves on the road. We march with the midnight song. We will light our way with our lanterns on. We march till we meet the dawn. We will light our way with our lanterns on. As we walk out, without question, without doubt, in the light that we have found, it is finally here. And our day is come. We will stand for who we are. We are ready, we are young. We have nothing to fear. Never carried days on our own. Now it's up to us to know. Weight of being so much more. We will find ourselves on the road. We march with the midnight song. We will light our way with our lanterns on. We march till we meet the dawn. We will light our way with our lanterns on. And on we march with the midnight song. We will light our way with our lanterns on. Darkness I leave for a place I've never seen. It's been calling out to me. It is where I should be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land that we call New England and show our respects to their elders past and present. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to this celebration, which gives our graduates an opportunity to celebrate as they should have done, but were unable to because of the dreaded COVID. So welcome to you and your families. To our special guests, Dr Rachel Horton, today's occasional address speaker and Principal of TASS, Deputy Chancellor Jan McClelland, the Honourable Adam Marshall, MP, Member for Northern Tablelands, Professor Simon Evans, Interim Vice-Chancellor, Emeritus Professor Alison Sheridan, Esquire Bedell, my fellow council members, members of the senior executive and the university community, and you again, a special welcome to you and your families. Enjoy today, it's your day, and celebrate it properly. I now call upon Steve Withers to make Welcome to Country.
Thanks. Thank you, Chancellor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Withers is my name, and I'm a descendant of the Anawan people. That's A-N-A-I-W-A-N, of this high country area around Armidale, New England. Traditionally, it was known as the Anawan country. A welcome to country is given in respect and with a gesture of goodwill and friendship, and in the spirit of development friendship. And it's something that's been done by over 300 Aboriginal countries throughout Australia, because Australia was a multicultural country before any white man come here. There are over 300 Aboriginal countries and more than 700 language groups. So they were all very diverse, but united in their diversity. And when people travelled from one country to another, they were welcome in that gesture of friendship and goodwill. I'd like to thank, first of all, the University of New England for acknowledging that this institution is built on the traditional land of the Anawan people. And every day, if you look over to your right, I think I've got it there, the Aboriginal flag flies. And that symbolises diversity and unity. The black on the top represents the people, the red on the bottom represents the land, and the yellow in the middle represents the sun, which unites and gives life to both the people and the land. That's right across Australia. And that welcome is significant that it unites everybody. Aboriginal Australia is connected from the east to the west and to the north to the south through songlines, through language, and through respect that they show to each other. And one of those ways of respect is welcome to country. And thank you to the university for acknowledging that and allowing that to happen on traditional land. And on the grounds of Boolamimba, some of you may not know, Boolamimba, the administration building up behind us, is an Anawan word meaning place of wild apples. That's for those of you who didn't know. Of course, it's a place of learning, so a welcome to country can give you a lot of learning too. For the original inhabitants, it was a cycle of life, from fire to death to regrowth, from dry, desiccated yellow to lush, succulent green. They were part of the regenerative process. My ancestors lived on their land. They were the Anawan, and they were part of that regenerative process. They were part of the land, and the land was part of them. They thought in cycles, in circles. They knew that what went round came round. Then they encountered a people who thought in straight lines. These strangers, they had linear stories with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Anawan storytellers can speak of Turrumbanian, that's the high country, from where the waters came. They spoke of Alpawan, the low country, where the waters linger. And then there's a broken country, Awara, where the waters fall. And that marks the beginning and end of Anawan country. You see, my fellow Australians, and those who are from overseas as well, Aboriginal Australia was defined by the geography, the geographical aspects of the land. So when you come to a change in the physical aspect and the geography of the land, the custodianship of the land also changed. We are the high country people. The Anawan people are known as the snow people. And if you come here in the middle of July, you'd know why. Sometimes in November and December too. But when the land formation changes, so does the custodianship. It was good that it was put in place like that, because everybody knew their place. They knew where they come from, and they knew where they were going. They knew their neighbours, and they respected that. And this was a practice and a principle that was carried on for thousands of years. All of you who are Australian live on Aboriginal land. It always was and always will be Aboriginal land, no matter where you are in Australia. If you go to the east of here, you'll come across countries that some of you may be familiar with. Bunjalung, Yagle, Yambora, Gumbanga, Dungutty, Biripi, Warramai, Wonnarua, Darkinjung. Some of you who come from Sydney may be aware that you're on Gadigal land down there, and I know I've met a few people. Some are from the Darrick land of the Sutherland Shire, or the Gamaragal of the lower North Shore. Everywhere in Australia you're on Aboriginal land. And it's important to understand that. If we, as Australians, are going further into the future, we have to understand our past. And our past is very rich, the oldest living culture in the world, but we know very little about it. I mentioned to a senior academic here at lunchtime that we're in a learning place, and the welcome to country can be very learning for a lot of people. And if you don't listen, if you don't learn something this afternoon, you're not listening. Anyway, it's important for that welcome to country to be done in that gesture, but it's also learning that, as I was saying, to understand the present, we have to understand the past. Today, I know all of you who are here today missed out on your graduation ceremony, as Chancellor Harris said before, because you couldn't come here for various reasons. But I want you all to understand, and congratulations on your graduation too, and to your families and supporters, but to understand what you're graduating in is not new. Aboriginal people, they were scientists. They knew about ecology, they knew about botany, they knew about chemistry. They were agriculturalists. They knew the land. They knew that the water was the blood of the land. And if the water didn't run, the land died. They had business. They had international trade between all the different countries. They knew law, L-O-R-E and L-A-W. They had to know that. They knew governance. They knew economics. They had that trade, and they looked after each other. They had good leadership that looked after their country. They also knew a lot about humanities. Humanities, sociology, languages, anthropology, archaeology. They knew about arts. Australia's got the biggest art gallery in the world. Their stories are embedded in the land, right across this country. Just look at cave paintings, look at dot paintings. That tells the story of the country. They were musicians, they were dancers, they were creatives, creative people. They were planners. They had vision. They planned generations ahead for their grandchildren's grandchildren. That's why they survived. They were educators. They taught. and they learned. They sat in circles and respected each other's opinion, and they passed that on. So all of you who are graduating in SABL, in the sciences, agricultural, business, law and economics, and also the humanities, arts, social sciences and education, congratulations. But keep in mind that these subjects have been around for thousands of years and will continue with your intelligence and your vision and your walk into the future as well. I'd like to thank you all who have come to the graduation. Some of you may not have been here. Also acknowledge the people that are watching online and those who are international students who may not have been able to come to Australia as well, and your families and supporters behind you. I'm going to welcome you in the language of my people, Annawan language, and this area being the New England was one of the first languages that was lost, one of the first areas that was colonised, so our language was one of the first things to go. So we're reviving it at the moment, so I want you to know that I'm talking to you in a friendly manner, and I'm welcoming you to the land, all of you who have come for this graduation ceremony this afternoon. Yaka Annawan Oyina, Inja Annawan Kiona, Yaka Yina Inja Kionda. Inja Nyambaka Kiona, Nyambaka Urala. Rakinya Otila Inja Kionda, Natame Ronyara Inja Kionda. Welcome everybody, and congratulations to you, your families, and all the people that have supported you, including all the academic and general staff of the university that are seated behind me. Otika Lana Pura. Yes, congratulations, good luck. Let's talk soon. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Steve, for making welcome to country. It now gives me pleasure to call upon the Interim Vice-Chancellor, Professor Simon Evans, to present Dr Rachel Horton, our today's occasional address speaker. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor. Dr Rachel Horton has a background in science with a degree and PhD in immunology from the University of Bristol in England. She moved to Canada for a postdoctoral research fellowship where she spent her time between the University of Manitoba and the University of Nairobi researching the immune response to HIV. She then moved to Australia to work at the Institute for Glycomics on the Gold Coast in 2008. Rachel also served as a member of the Territorial Army in the Royal Monmouthshire Regiment of the Royal Engineers, including regular service in 2003, where she completed a 6-month tour of duty in Iraq as the operations officer for the headquarter squadron of 38 Engineer Regiment serving in Basra. She also played rugby for many years at club and representative level and for the British Army. She has been a rugby union referee for over 13 years. Her highlights in that capacity include international sevens tournaments, being capped as an international test referee, and being the first woman to referee Premier Men's Rugby in Queensland. Rachel still referees and is referee coach for Country New South Wales, Australia, and a member of the Oceania Match Selection Committee. After her career in research, Rachel taught chemistry and physics at Churchie in Brisbane for 5 years and was a housemaster of Magnus House. She moved to Melbourne to take up a position as Deputy Headmaster, Head of Secondary School at Brighton Grammar School, and in 2021 was appointed as the Principal of the Armidale School. She is passionate about enabling students to grow through challenge, both in and outside of the classroom, and is excited to be leading a regional boarding school. Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, graduates, guests, I now have the honour to invite Dr Rachel Horton to give today's occasional address.
Good afternoon. Chancellor Harris, Interim Vice-Chancellor Evans, members of Council, executive members of staff, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most importantly, graduands. I'm incredibly honoured to have been asked to speak to you this afternoon and to be here with you today to celebrate your achievements. I congratulate you on the significant accomplishment of the completion of your degrees, despite a number of especially challenging years. You and your families should be very proud, and I also hope that today is a particularly special occasion for you all, as you have had to wait some time for your graduation ceremony. When I thought about what I was going to say today, it seemed obvious to think back to my own graduation, and I can certainly remember the day. I can remember exactly what I wore. The fact that graduating from Bristol University, we had a tradition where we didn't wear any headdress of any kind. I can remember what we ate afterwards, my friends, the ceremony, but however hard I try, I can't remember who spoke or what was said. And I suspect that I was just so swept up in the excitement of graduation with my friends, and perhaps a little relief that any messages I received did not stick with me. Bearing that in mind, I will keep what I have to say today simple, and I do hope that it might make an impact on or help some of you. I try to stick with the rule of 3, so I have 3 messages, 2 pieces of advice for you, and 1 request. Firstly, embrace change and opportunity. When I sat in your seats at my graduation, I had a very clear idea of what my future would look like. But the life that I imagined for myself was certainly not the one that I have lived and am still living. That isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's a wonderful thing. Of course, some of that is because there have been some failures and some missteps along the way. But there have also been a plethora of opportunities that I didn't see coming my way. I assumed that I would complete my degree and immediately get a job because I felt as though I was done with study. But the enthusiasm of one of my lecturers rubbed off on me, so I stayed on for my PhD. And then I continued in academia because I loved the research and the teaching environment of the university. And I hope that some of you may also have made that choice. I joined the engineers in the army because someone told me that if you like Lego, then the engineers is for you. And they were right. You basically get to build things and blow things up. It was quite fun. I started playing rugby because the coach saw me and, given my height, told me that I should, so I figured why not. And rugby has certainly been a consistent thread in my life since then, bringing me so many wonderful things. I moved to Canada, worked in Kenya, and then moved to Australia for some intriguing job opportunities at the time. And I started fighting, this wasn't in my bio, because I accidentally ended up in a Muay Thai gym in Nairobi, of all places, and I'm a little bit competitive, so I figured I'd better get in the ring and have a fight, or 11, as it turned out in the end. Then 10 years ago, I started teaching because I thought I would at least have a captive audience to listen to me enthusing about science. And I never imagined quite how much I would love it. And I certainly never imagined that I would be leading a school. None of these things was something I had ever imagined as part of my future. But I have tried to keep an open mind and had some absolutely amazing experiences which have all led me to where I am today. I wouldn't change any of it. So please, say yes. What is the worst that could happen? Perhaps you won't like it, and you can make another change, but don't sit back and risk being haunted by the ghosts of missed opportunities when you're older. I am also a very different person now to the girl who graduated from her honours degree years ago, and I'm happy about that too. Your experiences, the people you meet, and the things that you will see will change you. I have lost a few people I was once close to through that, but I am comfortable and confident with the person I am now. So don't be afraid of personal change. Some of your friends will grow with you and some will grow apart. And whilst that can be sad, it is really okay. So please, embrace change and opportunity. Secondly, be kind. Lead with empathy rather than opinion, and show respect to everyone. Act with humility and keep yourself from putting yourself before others. regardless of their perceived status. It is the right thing to do, and people will also judge you by your interactions with others. Very often, the people we dismiss most easily are those who work the hardest and are absolutely critical to the community around us. The army, for instance, is full of high-ranking individuals, but in my mind, the most important are the chefs, and they can do some amazing things with ingredients like long-life cheese or Spam. The clerks, everyone likes to get paid, and of course the storemen and women, because good kit is everything in the army. So be kind, lead with empathy, and show respect. In the words of Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, and they will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And so I come to number 3. It's hard to follow advice to be kind with something else and to say that that is more important, but for me, this third piece of advice is the most important. And that is, don't you dare let anyone tell you that you can't do something that you would like to try, or something that you have set your heart on. Now, of course, that comes with a caveat that, please, you should stick within the law and moral and ethical boundaries, but these are your choices to make, not anyone else's. People will have their own ideas about what you can and can't do, and what you should or shouldn't do. And I have certainly experienced and continue to experience that. I am grateful for those who have gone before me, and I am also proud that I have managed to break new ground to make things a little easier for others to follow. While I do enjoy a challenge, I've been helped along the way by a series of mentors, coaches, and supporters. It is so important to build your own team of advisors to correct your course when needed, and cheerleaders to champion your cause and to push you along. As I look out today, I am sure that so many of you will forge new pathways for others to follow, and some of you may well have done so already. Maybe you were the first in your family to attend university. So be stubborn, be contrary, and if you have your sights set on something, just go for it. There will no doubt be failures along the way, but you will also experience successes, proud moments like today. And importantly, you will be true to yourself and find out what you really can do. So to summarize, please be courageous, embrace change and opportunity. Be a good person, kind and respectful, and be bold. Follow your own path and don't let anyone sway you from that. Thank you very much for listening to me today. Congratulations on all you have achieved here at the University of New England, and the very best of luck as you move into your exciting futures. I am a scientist and a geek at my very core, so I will finish today with my favourite quote, and the one that I also try to live my life by. Spoken by the 11th Doctor Who, my second favourite: "We are all just stories in the end. Just make it a good one, hey?" Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel, very much. We're honoured to have you here today. And this institution, the University of New England, has had a long association with HASSE over a number of years, and I hope that continues to grow. So thank you very much for being here today. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the celebration ceremony musician, Hattie Oates, to perform, and please could you all remain seated while she performs. Thank you.
Breathing from a hole in my lung, I had no one but the faces in front of me, racing through the void in my head to find traces of a good luck it carried them me. Sparks ignited, trading for thought about no one, nothing in particular. Watched the second socket and drove. Was in nothing. There's a goodwill inside of straight line. Set me on fire in the evening. Everything will be fine. Waking up strong in the morning. Walking in a straight line. Lately I'm a desperate believer. Walking in a straight line. I don't need no time to sigh. There's no change in yesterday. I keep walking and I keep talking in straight lines. Waking up low with a fever. Walking in a straight line. Set me on fire in the evening. And everything will be fine. Waking up strong in the morning. Walking in a straight line. Lately I'm a desperate believer. Walking in a straight line.
Thank you, Hattie, very much. I now call upon the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Robert Bartell, to present the candidates for their degrees.
Would the graduates please stand? Chancellor, I submit to you those graduates as set out in the program who have been admitted to their respective academic degrees and awards in absentia.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I congratulate and celebrate with you our graduates on the conferral of their respective degrees and awards.
Would the graduates please be seated? Would the graduate who are also receiving a New England Award please stand? Chancellor, the New England Award is granted to selected graduates who have demonstrated outstanding service to the university and wider community and commitment to others. It is a non-academic award given by the university in recognition of the skills, attributes, leadership and personal qualities that are developed through extracurricular activity, committee membership, voluntary work and good citizenship. Today, the university is proud to be presenting one of our graduates with this award.
Through your actions to achieve this New England Award, you have shown yourself to be high-achieving, proactive and outward-looking member of the university community. The university is proud of the relationships you have built up for us and we have helped to develop in organisations across Australia and in effect around the world because of your efforts. On behalf of the university and the council, I extend my hearty congratulations.
Would the graduate please be seated? Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you all those graduates admitted to academic degrees and awards, commencing with those graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy who are able to be present at this ceremony. Doctor of Philosophy, Jessica Susan Richards. A segmented method to predict lifetime productivity and optimise culling across age classes in commercial sheep flocks. Mirza Muhammad Maween Ardin, an empirical analysis of the relationships between economic growth and selected indicators of environmental degradation. Nishanath Daihanayake, to be free from suffering, individual consciousness, societal revolutions, and the power of Buddhism. Master of Philosophy, Misha Hu, New Age Spirituality in Australia, Cohesion, Motivations, Ideology and Influences. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law, Professor Birgit Loch, to present those graduates admitted to degrees and awards, commencing with the degree of Master, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Master from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. Master of Business Administration, Sajish Erazeri. Master of Commerce, Professional Accounting, Lin Wu. Master of Data Science, Diana Rose Kabang. Jay Govinda Shodari. Manpreet Kaur. Master of Environmental Science and Management, Elvis Vincent Mavuto Kwame Lakble. Master of Professional Accounting, Shanley Balangatan. Ashmita Gautam. Master of Science in Agriculture, Ram Devkota. Sanjay Lama. Richard Danny McCarthy. Kaja Pokrael. Emily Annette Sears. Apeksha Subedi. Master of Scientific Studies, Ryan Patrick O'Donnell. Pratima Rana Shahi. Chancellor, I now have the honor to present to you those graduates awarded the Graduate Certificate from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. Graduate Certificate in Accounting, Leanne Marie Gostlow. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of postgraduate degrees from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. I now have the honor to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences and Education, Professor Jane Edwards, to present those graduates admitted to degrees and awards, commencing with the degree of Master, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Master from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences and Education. Master of Arts, Kylie Middleton. Master of Education, Bandana BK. Master of Education, Special Education, Ailish Elizabeth Flannery. Alison Gale Hoban. Master of History, Benjamin Christopher Hegarty. Master of Teaching, Primary, Emily Isabella Cordas. Ingrid Anna Jansens. Jodie Ann Taylor. Master of Teaching, Secondary, Claudette Evelyn Joan Andre. Carla Eden Chaplin. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates awarded the Graduate Certificate from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences and Education. Graduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Aubrey Elizabeth Pemberton. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the postgraduate awards from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences and Education. I now have the honour to invite the Head of School of Science and Technology, Associate Professor Philip Forey, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, and those graduates awarded the diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelors with Honours and Bachelors, and those awarded graduate diploma from the School of Science and Technology. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours, Sarah Grace Whitehouse, First Class Honours, receiving the University Medal, also graduating with a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science, and also receiving the New England Award. Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science, Christine Brown. For the Bachelor of Science, Grace Madeline Kirkwood. Daniel Stavely Smith. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Head of School of Environmental and Rural Science, Professor Julius van der Werf, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, who are able to be at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I have now the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor from the School of Environmental and Rural Science. Bachelor of Rural Science with Honours, Annika Brosnan, First Class. Bachelor of Agriculture, Bachelor of Business, Stephanie Louisa Murphy. Ellen Gloria Ryan. Bachelor of Environmental Science, Tamara Claire Kermode. Jesse Lee Robb. Bachelor of Rural Science, Sarah Patton. Bachelor of Zoology, Bridie Emerson Isaac. Ebony Louisa James. Chancellor, I have now the honor to invite the head of the UNI Business School, Professor Sujana Adapa, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of bachelor who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honor to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor from the UNI Business School. Bachelor of Business, Mei E. Chen. Moon Zeong Cho. Fung Ling Chung. Go Li Lin. Mei Li Leong. Paige Alice Marsh. Michaela Sophia Morer. Ao Shin Yen. An Ning Poon. Lia Ing Sho. Zhen In Tan. Pui Yan Wong. Shi Rong Wong. Ap Sin E. Pei Li Yip. Bachelor of Economics, Monica Jane Josephine Bowman. Emma Cannon. Bachelor of Organizational Leadership, Gary Patrick Kilday. Chancellor, I now have the honor to invite the head of the School of Law, Professor Michael Adams, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor and those graduates awarded the diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you the graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor and those graduates awarded the Advanced Diploma from the School of Law. Bachelor of Agriculture, Bachelor of Laws, Sam Michael Harwood. Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Laws, Ruth Elizabeth Smith. Bachelor of Laws, Jacinta Marie Barham. Freya Kathleen Taylor. Belinda Lee Chapman. Kabwi Malinga Shala. Lai Mei Cheng. Andrew Wayne Gannon. Michelle Therese Haskew. Roslyn Kelly. Elizabeth McDermott. Fiona Murphy. Patrick John Rafferty Orme. Katie Shoulders. Alana Susan Waugh. Advanced Diploma in Paralegal Studies, Jemima Daisy Ind. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law. I now have the honour to invite the delegate for the Head of School of Humanities, Arts and Social Science, Professor Jane Edwards, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, and those graduates awarded the Advanced Diploma and Diploma who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, and those graduates awarded the Advanced Diploma and Diploma from the School of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences. Bachelor of Arts, Stephen Bartol Payne. Sophie Claude Marie Jose Stoof. Timothy John Cantrell Ward. Bachelor of Languages and International Business, Erin Dixie Turnbull. Bachelor of Music, Joseph Hanna. Carla Hanna. Bachelor of Social Science, Robin Scott Smith. Bachelor of Theatre and Performance, Dominic Patrick John O'Shea. Advanced Diploma in Local, Family and Applied History, Bruce Dudley Brown. Diploma in Arts, Jacqueline Smith. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Head of the School of Education, Professor Sue Gregory, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor from the School of Education. Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Teaching, Alison Hopkins. Anita Seagal. Malithi Serenati. Bachelor of Education, K-12 Teaching, Sarah May Gibbons. Bachelor of Education, Primary, Clarissa Marie Pretorius. Bachelor of Training and Development, Michael Robert John Phillips. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the Faculty of Humanities, Arts, Social Science and Education to graduates who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Congratulations. I now would like to call on Ryan O'Donnell, Master of Science, Scientific Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Council members, local elder Steve Witters, distinguished guests, academic staff, fellow graduates, family and friends. Before I begin, I'd first like to acknowledge the Anawan people, the traditional owners of the land upon which we have gathered today, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. My name is Ryan O'Donnell and I'm graduating today with a Master of Scientific Studies with a major in Biodiversity Science. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. Completing a tertiary qualification is hard enough without the added complications of a global pandemic, floods, drought and bushfires. But despite all of that, we've made it here to the finish line. In our immediate periphery, perhaps even sitting with us here today, will be some of the family and friends that supported us along the way. The ever-patient partner who has put up with your long nights staring at an unforgiving wall of text that's due the next day. The parents who have supported you, cooked you meals, or simply just smiled, nodded, and encouraged you to keep on going, despite the fact that they have no understanding of what it is that you actually study. And the children who have stood around perplexed as you find those lines of code and funny diagrams more captivating than Bluey somehow. On behalf of all the graduates here today, thank you. Your patience, support, and understanding are all things that made today a possibility. Beyond these individuals, our presence here is thanks to the help, support, and opportunity that has been provided to us by the University of New England and the academic staff. Now, the key word that I'm going to linger on here is opportunity. Like many of you here today, my career trajectory has been perhaps somewhat unconventional. Believe it or not, before I became a scientist, I was actually an opera singer. I began my scientific studies with some remedial science units with UNE to make up for all the science and maths that I'd dropped in high school. At the time, I was performing and touring during the day and grappling with linear algebra at night. I eventually met some wonderfully charismatic and devoted biologists who captured my imagination, with a shout out to Jeremy Brule, Rose Andrew and Ian Telford in botany. And I went from being someone who dropped maths and science in high school to winning a full scholarship to complete a PhD in evolutionary biology. Even beyond my research supervisory team, every academic that I encountered was unbelievably generous and considerate and gifted me with their time, knowledge, and feedback. Along the way, I met many students who had not been able to access a tertiary education on a traditional timeline. Students with disabilities or chronic illnesses, students who were full-time carers, students with full-time jobs who didn't have the privilege of the bank of mum and dad to support them financially. All students who had been excluded from traditional tertiary educational settings. Students who had been made to feel that tertiary education was something unattainable for them. Education is a fundamental human right, and the fact that we are sitting here today demonstrates that UNE has provided to us the opportunity to access a higher education. And I believe that this is what distinguishes UNE from many other tertiary institutions: opportunity and access. Institutions like UNE are fundamental vehicles for change and provide an essential service of breaking down systems that are designed to further entrench educational and economic inequality. Thanks to you, we are sitting here today, diplomas in hand and mortarboards on heads. Thank you all for your generosity, your time, your wisdom, and above all, thank you for the opportunity. To conclude my 4 minutes, I'll end by saying this. Regardless of what diploma you're leaving here with today, I hope that we'll all continue this legacy and strive to uplift others and provide them with that same sense of opportunity that has been gifted to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Graduates, really is great to see you. You're part of our COVID mob. The lot that didn't have the opportunity to come and celebrate when you should have. I'm glad you've taken the opportunity to come and join your fellow graduates with your families to celebrate what really was an extraordinary achievement with some extraordinary challenges, I'm sure, that really had not been brought to bear on any other graduates for a long, long time. To your families, I say thank you for helping you. I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't have got here without their help. And as Ryan said, the odd free meal, looking after the kids, doing the washing, maybe even helping pay for the rent. So I'll ask our graduates please to stand and face their family and friends and thank them in an usual manner. Thank you. Please be seated. You've all got degrees that have given you skills and knowledge that you didn't have before. Please, I know some of you already started, but be a little selfish with it. Use it for you, then use it for your family, and then use it for your communities, because you have the greatest opportunity to enhance the communities you live in, make them better places, safer places, and more enjoyable places. So please use your knowledge to do that. And the alumni of the University of New England, and it's an extraordinary family. I hope some of you already have joined it, but if you haven't, just above Ball, there's a place where we will happily take your name. It is a worldwide family, a happy family, a conclusive, a family that gives help to each other. If you're in a foreign land or a foreign town, I'm sure there will be a member of the alumni there. Maybe as simple as finding the best place to buy coffee or where you can get the kids educated. Use it. But please join it so we can find out where you are and what you're doing, and we can tell you what we're doing. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. It's been a great pleasure to have you finally on the grounds of the University of New England. If you haven't had the opportunity to see this campus before, have a look. It's well worth it. I now invite our graduates to process after the academic procession and ask you all to stand for the singing of the academic anthem, and I declare this ceremony closed.
slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. If you're so smart, then tell me why you're still so afraid. Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? Better cool it off before you burn it out. Got so much to do and only so many hours in the day. But you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Oh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? So slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. It's so romantic on the borderline tonight, oh. And too bad, but it's the life you lead. So ahead of yourself, you forgot what you need. You see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right, oh. You got your passion, you got your pride, but you don't know that only a fool's satisfied. So dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. And you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. So when will you realize? Why don't you realize?